While Jordan received the accolades prior to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Indiana Pacers, it was Michael's sidekick, Scottie Pippen, who would set the tone as the series began.
I think we really surprised them in putting Scottie on Mark Jackson.
By hounding the every move of Indiana point guard Mark Jackson, Pippen applied a stranglehold to the Pacers' attack.
That was my job, was to go out and try to take Mark Jackson out of the game.
Scottie Pippen is making life miserable right now for Mark Jackson.
You try to cut the head off the snake to kill it.
Pippen comes up with the loose ball as Jackson lost it.
He couldn't deliver the ball in the split-second timing that guys were open. We forced teams into bad shots or turnovers, and then we're running the other way.
While Pippen was spearheading the Bulls' stifling defense in games 1 and 2, Michael Jordan was taking care of the offense.
Oh, Jordan with the slammer-jammer!
With Jordan at his spectacular best, Chicago captured the first 2 games and took a firm grip on the series.
Jordan to the baseline, falling, firing, scores!
Oh, what a shot by Michael Jordan! And that may be the exclamation point.
This series is far from over. Now we're going back home and hopefully take care of business there.
Arriving in Indianapolis for games 3 and 4, Chicago found not only a frenzied crowd awaiting them, but also a rejuvenated Pacer team.
Jackson pushes it back the other way. Inside Davis, it's all alone.
They gave us trouble. They always had guys stepping up and doing a job for them.
Jalen for 3. Boom, baby!
With the Bulls now making uncharacteristic mistakes, the change in venues had brought a dramatic change in momentum. Unleashing their offense, the Pacers came storming back into the series.
It's Reggie!
Miller and the Pacers took game 3, and the Bulls' grasp on the series continued to slip away in game 4.
From our standpoint, we felt like that we sort of gave those games away.
Pippen at the free throw line. Missed them both.
I felt as though we really didn't do ourselves justice, didn't take care of business. I think we let ourselves down.
Trailing by 1 in the final seconds, the Pacers would change the series' entire complexion with one bold stroke.
McKee gets it in the middle for the win.
Unbelievable! Reggie hits the 3 with 7/10 of a second to go.
All of a sudden it went from being sort of a ho-hum 5-game series, which everybody expected, to we're in a dogfight.
Kukoc to Michael at the buzzer.
It rimmed out! It rimmed out! It rimmed out! It rimmed out! And it's 2-2! Unbelievable!
Knowing Michael and knowing the competitive drive that he has, I know on that flight home, he is cursing and cussing everyone out on that plane. So I know they'll be ready for Wednesday.
Miller would quickly learn just how prophetic he had been. Back in the United Center, Chicago wasted little time erasing the memories of their 2 demoralizing defeats. Once again clamping down on the Pacers' offense, the Bulls stampeded their way to a blowout victory and regained command of the series.
They are running the Pacers out of the building.
Though they were now just 1 step away from the NBA Finals, Chicago would again find themselves derailed in Game 6.
Travis Best drives himself, one hand high, good, high off the glass, 33 seconds.
Down the stretch, the Pacers made all the big plays, while the Bulls would again falter.
He stumbles and loses it. The Pacers and the Bulls will take it to the limit.
The Bulls had entered unfamiliar territory, facing elimination.
We're going to win Game 7. I never make promises. I don't make promises to my wife, but we will win Game 7.
The Pacers and the 2-time defending world champions, the Chicago Bulls, get set to play Game 7.
And the Eastern Conference is boiled down to 1 game.
Even though the 7th game is at home, no one likes to play in 7th games because anything can happen.
Playing in a 7th game for the first time in 4 years, the Bulls came out surprisingly flat, while the Pacers appeared confident and in control.
This is no way to start a Game 7. They are letting the Pacers dictate everything right now.
Pacers have a 13-point lead.
Looked pretty bleak there. We weren't getting good shots. We couldn't stop them.
Michael to the post, catches against Miller. Michael backs him in, ducks behind, goes up on the rim, no.
Guys weren't shooting the ball well. We just had to find an offensive momentum turner.
Man, he knocked bodies flying everywhere. Michael back up and good.
Struggling for points and searching for answers, the Bulls would rely on defense and intensity to claw their way back.
Here comes the crowd, and here come the Bulls.
You know, we understood, where we were in the game and that we had to come up with loose balls. And we just kept getting the ball back and find another way to get an opportunity to score.
Picked up by Jackson, stolen back by Dennis. Rodman to the rim, he scores.
Bulls getting all the hustle points again. Jackson, Smits. Pippen got a hand on it. Longley picks it up. Here's a 2-on-1 break. Michael to Pippen.
Chicago's frantic comeback had given them a 3-point halftime lead. And in the third quarter, their offense was finally ignited by Tony Kukoc, who would almost single-handedly keep the Bulls in the lead.
After hitting shot or two, I was just thinking it's going to be fine. It's going to be good.
Kukoc has been on fire and stays there. Kukoc with 21. It's 68 to 61. The Bulls are in control of 7.
Hey, there's 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the quarter. Finish quarter strong.
But the Pacers had a plan of their own, and now they would make a late charge that had the Bulls suddenly back on their heels.
They've got a break if they push it. It's best for Miller, and he lays it up and in, plus the foul.
Give Indiana credit. They have been like a pit bull. They just get a hold of you and won't let go.
Score it, and Smits is on the free throw line. He has put the Pacers up.
Trailing now with just minutes left in their season, the Bulls were facing perhaps the greatest test of their determination and resolve.
Into the lane in traffic, and the ball stripped away and loose, and a jump ball call.
It was almost a game of wills, I think, that we just can't let it end here, as we're not done.
Michael can really jump, but Smits is 7-4.
This could be as good as a turnover.
Everybody wants to win. They talk about winning. But this team, I truly believe, refuses to lose.
That's one Rick Smits should have won and gave the Pacers possession. Michael stole the tip.
And as Chicago grabbed one more crucial loose ball, it seemed they had found just enough momentum to turn the game their way.
Kerr can tie it, and does.
Everybody on the bench jumped up. They all knew that now it's our turn to take this critical game and put it in our favor.
And in the closing minutes, the Bulls finally finished off the Pacers, surviving one of the most grueling challenges of their championship reign.
Here comes Pippen on drive. He got inside. Shot is good. And a foul.
5 on the shot clock. Michael dumps it off to an open Longley. And on to the finals. For the 6th time in 8 years go the Chicago Bulls. But what Michael Jordan termed a bump in the road was anything but. It was a mountain to climb. And they barely reached the summit.
But still, the question remained. How much would Chicago have left to try and finish their championship run?
Sure, physically, we may be a little tired, but we got the hearts. Our heart is not tired.